Uttara Bangla City SATV News. This is Nahin Tahir with our headlines. 5-year extension of quick rental power plant law bill passed in Jatiyo সংসদ aiming to boost power supply to the consumers. Making falsehood regularly becomes BNP's habit, said Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul. USA, UK and Australia agree new Indo-Pacific Security Pact in an apparent attempt to counter China. The extension of the Speedy Supply of Power and Energy Act 2010 bill was passed in the Jatiyo সংসদ today, aiming to boost power supply to the consumers. State Minister for Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Nasrul Hamid moved the bill in the House, which was unanimously passed by the voice vote with Speaker of Jatiyo সংসদ Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry in the chair. Placing the bill, the State Minister said the proposed bill has been placed in the House for enacting a special provision through amending an act which was enacted in 2010. Earlier on Monday, the Cabinet cleared a proposal for the extension of the Quick Enhancement of Electricity and Energy Supply Act 2010 for another 5 years till 2026. The approval came from the virtual Cabinet meeting held with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair. The Prime Minister joined the meeting from her official residence, Gauna Bhavan. Other Cabinet members joined the meeting from the Secretariat. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is scheduled to leave Dhaka tomorrow on a 2-week official visit to attend the United Nations General Assembly in New York and other engagements, with a likely stopover in Helsinki, Finland. As per her schedule, the Prime Minister will leave for New York from Helsinki on September 19 after her stopover there on September 17 to 18. She will stay in New York from September 19 to 24 to attend the UNGA, where she is likely to speak on September 24. Wrapping up her official visit, the Prime Minister will visit Washington, D.C., where she will stay from September 25 to 30. Hasina is scheduled to leave Washington for Dhaka on September 30 and will return home on October 1 after a stopover in Finland. Army League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul today said making falsehood regularly has turned into BNP's habit. He said this at a press conference on contemporary issues at his official residence here. Mentioning that BNP's allegations against the government are imaginary, Qadir said rising new allegations against the government every day has become BNP's daily routine. The government has no interference or pressure in the country's court matters, he added. Pointing to BNP leader, the Army League General Secretary said if law enforcement agencies arrest anyone of BNP at the order of the court, BNP blames the government. BNP is giving statement demanding release of those who were arrested along with arms, he said, adding that BNP is making ill effort to make natural judicial process as questionable. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan today said the process to extend the suspension of BNP chairperson Khaleda Zia's jail sentence in 2 grave cases is underway, he said while speaking at the Secretariat. Khaleda's family recently submitted an application to the Home Ministry seeking further extension of her conditional release and permission to allow her to go abroad and receiving advanced treatment. The Home Ministry sent the application to the Law Ministry a few days back seeking its legal opinion. The Law Ministry gave its opinion on September 7 and sent it back to Home Ministry, which is supposed to be sent to the Prime Minister's office for approval. Social protection programs remain central to Bangladesh's sustainable development policy, progressively befitting the country's poorer household, a World Bank report said today. By improving target of social protection program, the country can further reduce poverty, while reallocation of existing facilities to the poorest would reduce poverty further, it said. The report, titled Bangladesh Social Protection Public Expenditure Review, reflects on Bangladesh's continued investment towards social protection and how it can improve on its existing framework, including planning, designing, programming and delivery of the various social protection program and projects. The report finds that the social protection programs are mostly focused in rural areas. About 11% of the people in the urban areas are covered by social protection. The coverage in rural area is higher than the poverty rate, with programs reaching 36% of people while 26% live in poverty. 2 people, including a Union Parishad chairman, were killed in a road accident on the Kalia-Bordia road under Kalia Upazila of Narail on Wednesday night. The deceased were identified as Kashial Union Parishad chairman M. Khan Russell Sweet, 50, a resident of Bordia village, and Shaukat Shordar, 60, of Tona village of the Upazila. Officer in charge of Naragati police station, Roxana Konem, said a private car fell into the roadside ditch in the area at about 11 p.m. as its driver Khan Russell lost control over the vehicle, leaving both of them dead on the spot. Khan Russell Sweet and Shaukat Shordar were going to Bordia Bazaar from Kalia riding the private car. 2 siblings drowned and their mother went missing in a stream while bathing during a heavy downpour in Bandarban last evening. The deceased are Barjunrang Tripura, 13, and her brother Pradeep Tripura. Firefighter rescued bodies of Barjurang and Pradeep from Jhiri between 7 a.m. and 12 p.m. this morning. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with Euro Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back, and you're watching Euro Bangla City SATV News. Australia, the United States and the United Kingdom have announced a new trilateral security alliance, including a joint effort to help the Australian military acquire nuclear-powered submarine in an apparent attempt to counter China. The leaders of all 3 countries unveiled the alliance dubbed AUKUS on Wednesday. They stressed that the submarines could be nuclear-powered, not carrying nuclear weapons. Australia is a signatory to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, joined virtually by Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison and his UK counterpart Boris Johnson. US President Joe Biden said the 3 nations were taking a historic step to deepen their cooperation. Members of the UN Security Council have gathered behind closed doors for an emergency meeting about North Korea's latest ballistic missile test, which member states consider a major threat, according to France's ambassador to the UN, Nicolas de Rivere. Rivere said there was consensus among the group on to condemn the test, which North Korea said was launched using a railway-borne missile system. Everyone is very concerned about this situation, de Rivere told several journalists after the 45-minute meeting. He also said the missile had fallen within Japan's exclusive economic zone. Pyongyang earlier confirmed that it launched the test on the same day Seoul became the first non-nuclear country to test a submarine-launched ballistic missile. A SpaceX rocket ship blasted off from Florida on Wednesday, carrying a billionaire e-commerce executive and 3 less wealthy private citizens. He chose to join him in the first all-civilian crew ever launched into the Earth orbit. The quartet of amateur astronauts, led by the American founder and chief executive of financial services firm Shift 4 Payment Inc., Gerard Isaacman, lifted off just before sunset from the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, and the spacecraft roared into the darkened sky. The mission is aiming for a maximum orbital altitude of 360 miles above Earth. The flight is expected to last about 3 days from launch to splash into the Atlantic. Before ending, we go through the Euro Bangla City SATV News headlines again. 5 years extension of quick rental power plant law bill passed in Jatiyo Shangshod, aiming to boost power supply to the consumers. Making falsehood regularly becomes BNP's habit, said Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul. USA, UK and Australia agree new Indo-Pacific Security Pact in an apparent attempt to counter China. You're up to date with Bangla City SATV News. To know the latest in SATV News, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.
প্রিয় দর্শক, জাতীয় এবং আন্তর্জাতিক সবশেষ সংবাদ জানতে ভিজিট করুন এসএটিভির ওয়েবসাইট www.satv.tv তে। বিনোদনমূলক অনুষ্ঠান উপভোগ করতে সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল youtube.com/satvbd তে, যেখানে নিয়মিত কমেন্টস করে জানাতে পারেন আপনাদের মূল্যবান মতামত। এছাড়াও এসএটিভির বাছাইকৃত সংবাদ দেখতে youtube.com/satv news এ সাবস্ক্রাইব করে বেল আইকনটিতে ক্লিক করে সাথেই থাকুন। প্রতি মুহূর্তে সর্বশেষ তথ্য ও বিনোদন পেতে লাইক দিয়ে যুক্ত থাকুন আমাদের ফেসবুক পেজ facebook.com/satvbd তে। এসএটিভি সাথে আছি সব সময়।